The locked room on the third floor. Everyone at Lincoln High knew the story, even if the teachers pretended it didn't exist. The third floor was closed off years ago after a fire supposedly damaged the wing. But no one ever fixed it. No construction. No repairs. Just a locked hallway, blocked by a rusted gate and a big yellow sign. Authorized personnel only. But the weird thing? Sometimes at lunch, you could hear things up there. Chairs scraping. Footsteps pacing. Once, someone swore they heard a girl crying softly through the vents. My friends and I were stupid enough to want to find out for ourselves. It was a Friday, and we had detention for skipping P. Ms. Devlin, the world's most checked-out teacher, was in charge that afternoon. She took attendance, told us to be quiet, and then put in earbuds and stared at her phone for the next hour. That's when Marcus pulled out the old janitor's key he'd borrowed earlier that week. "You guys ready?" he whispered. I wasn't, but I followed anyway. We snuck out of the classroom one by one and crept up the old staircase to the third floor. The light was dimmer up there, like the building itself had forgotten the floor existed. The air smelled like dust, wet wood, and something faintly metallic, like rust or blood. Marcus unlocked the gate with a soft click, and we pushed through. The hallway was lined with old lockers, half broken and covered in graffiti. Some of the classroom doors were boarded up, others slightly ajar. Everything looked frozen in time, like the day it closed down was the last time anyone touched it. Then we found room 3B. It looked just like any other classroom, except for the fact that the windows were all blacked out from the inside. The door wasn't locked, so of course, Marcus went in first. The desks were still arranged neatly, though most were covered in dust. But the chalkboard, that's what caught my eye. There was a message written in tall, messy handwriting. "Do not let her out." We laughed it off. "Some edgy kid trying to be scary," Marcus said. He picked up a piece of chalk and drew a smiley face next to it. That's when we heard the knock. From inside the supply closet at the back of the classroom. 3 slow knocks. Then silence. "Hello," I said before I could stop myself. No answer. Then the door creaked open, just an inch. Marcus stepped closer. Probably a raccoon or something. He pulled it open. There was nothing there. Just an old child-sized desk, and a single, red Mary Jane shoe sitting neatly in the middle of the floor. We were about to leave when we heard something behind us. A quiet humming. A girl's voice. It was a lullaby, soft, slow, almost sweet. We turned. Standing near the chalkboard was a little girl in a faded school uniform. Long black hair. Pale skin. No expression. She was barefoot, and she was staring right at us. None of us had seen her enter the room. Then she whispered, "It's too late." The lights flickered. The door slammed shut. Everything went black. I don't remember how we got out. All I know is we were screaming, running, crashing through desks, and somehow we were in the hallway again. We slammed the gate shut and didn't stop running until we were back in detention, gasping for breath. Ms. Devlin didn't even look up from her phone. We never told anyone. No one would have believed us. But here's the part that keeps me up at night. 2 days later, Marcus found that same red shoe in his locker. No note. No explanation. Just the shoe. And inside it, a folded piece of paper. "Thanks for letting me out."